Hello and welcome to another quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, of another furry visual novel. This one, Hero's Advent, a game about, as I'm pulling up the synopsis, Hero's Advent is a romance fantasy visual novel set in another world. Suddenly pulled into a new dimension, you're transformed into a furry. Upon waking up, you meet Alisa the rabbit, who told you the world was in grave danger and that only you can free the land from the king's evil grip. Your journey starts at the humble homestead in the middle of the forest. After staying for about a week in the new world, you slowly grew more accustomed to life in the strange world. Alas, as much as you wanted to stay, your time grew short. Max the Mercenary, who called to assist you in your journey of becoming the prophesized hero. Throughout your journey, you will meet others who can help you along the way. Develop your relationship with them, train hard every day, uncover secrets that lies before you. The path ahead is yours to set. You'll free the land from this curse, or become a new tyrant, or will you? You decide. Tyrant. Anyways, before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to Patreon, which is $3 a month. Though I do want to note it says full game upon release, not early access. I don't seem to see early access anywhere, but you know, maybe that's not the right wording. Also, before we start, if you want me to do a Let's Play series of this game, then tell me, and I'll give it a point which will put up higher on the user's choice list. Also, let's see what else. If you want me to do a quick look of any other game, then tell me, and I'll put it in the quick look slot, fast track it quote unquote, and then, what else? Give it a point for the user's choice list. So, reset face, and begin. This game contains mature content. Is it one of those ones where, I don't know why it's always like that, I guess that's the default. You begin to trip over your feet as you continue down the seemingly endless stone corridor at top speed. It was chasing you again tonight. You weren't sure what it was, but its overbearing presence had become a familiarity to you. To your right, the windows flashed by, showing snapshots of a quickly decaying world. It was no safer there than it was inside. A quick breeze runs across your skin, as if whatever it was had swiped at you. The hairs on the back of your neck raised in terror. That was new. It hadn't tried to take a grab at you. It had definitely gone closer. You had never looked behind you to confirm. You just knew it was always behind you, and it was always in pursuit. A low growl calls from behind you, commanding in a gruff voice that weighted you down, slowing your pace as you hear it mutter. How does that work? You hear the name on its breath. Dave, stop. You, Dave. You stopped running, compelled to listen closer to this thing's call, and desperate. And despite being ripe for the picking, it maintained its distance. It had stopped chasing you, but you were not sure. But you were sure it was still there. Dave. It calls your name. It stopped chasing you. You decide to... turn to respond? I guess turn to respond? Confident 1. You turn around completely to face your relentless pursuer, expecting either nothing but air, or something lumbering nightmare creature that would explain its oppressive presence. I was looking at anything down there. To your surprise, it was neither. Only a short distance across before you was a tattered cloak fluttering where it stood. You eyed it for another moment as it remained suspended in midair. You almost breathed a sigh of relief before realizing there was indeed someone or something beneath the cloak. Who are... Your voice is cut short, intimidated, as you felt the piercing gaze beneath the cloaked hood. The figure beneath said nothing, locking eyes, or where you suspected his eyes would be. Why are you following me? It remained unresponsive. Is that an eye on the right side? It kind of looks like one. On the window? You take a tentative step towards it, your curiosity now outweighing your fear. Intrigued to see, for the first time, what had been haunting you night after night. You remain there, looming but unmoving, save for the fluttering cloak outlining its figure. You reach out for the hem of the fluttering cloak to pull it off, the figure, only to have something tightening around your waist firmly. Ooh? Gah! Ah! You recoil, trying to pull yourself free from the grasp that held you in place. You can only writhe in pain as you try in vain to escape. The more you struggled, the deeper the pain dug into your flesh. As soon as it began, you were propelled backwards onto the ground. Whatever this thing was, it had released your hand, but even still, the pain only intensified. Clawing at the burning sensation, you flinch as sharp, serrated edges scrape your fingers, blood pouring around them. The dark fragment glistened with your blood, like glass shoved against your palm, and somehow they continued to spread. From your wrist, it spread quickly outwards to your fingers, then up the length of your palm, before ultimately engulfing your head. You didn't have a chance to scream by the time it had reached your throat. Ooh. The figure remained where it was, the hood tilted down to watch you with its unseen eyes. It was the last thing you could see before black shards completely covered up your eye sockets. Be corrupt. Turn. Ah! Ooh. What? You wake up screaming and in a cold sweat, opening your eyes to the darkness. Whoa, what is it? A familiar voice shakes you from your waking nightmare as a bright flash of light illuminates the room. Oh, we're in the human world. You winced at being blinded by the light. It took you a few moments to regain your bearings, to find yourself back in your apartment bedroom. You breathe a sigh of relief. Was it that dream again? Yeah, Carl. It was the same dream. You shuddered, wiping away the sweat from your head. I think it got close to me this time. It actually touched me. Your hand instinctively reached for your wrist, not a single cut or bruise on it. This has been going on for a month now, hasn't it? Why don't you see a doctor about it? He was right. The dreams have been plaguing you every night for the past month, that it was starting to cut off your waking life, into your waking life. Your job and academic performances had begun to slip, which is all the more reason you couldn't stop now. Your body sobers up, as you heaved a heavy sigh. Yeah, no, we can't afford that right now. We're barely scraping by on rent between classes already, right? I'll be alright. Just need some time. If you say so. You saw Carl reaching over to switch off the lights, but decided to leave it on for the time being. You lay back down, snuggling against your pillow to try and get back to sleep, to no avail. Every time you close your eyes, you see the dark halls again, and the incapacitating rigidity of your arms. You know, I've been having trouble sleeping too. You turn into the bed to the opposite side of the room. Carl lay there, staring towards the ceiling. Oh yeah? Yeah, I've been thinking a lot lately, about the future. Like, what to do after college. Maybe I'd aim for a job that pays well. Trina, save up, trying to save up to afford my own things. Maybe start a family someday. You give a mocking scoff as you both laugh at the notion. Wishful thinking. In this economy, having a family? I know. What about you? Me? Well, I like guys. Fluffy guys. What would I do after college? Go back. Go back home? Repeat your words. You hear whispered into your ear. Where did that come from? Go back. Huh. What? If Crow didn't say that then, you sighed. Your mind must be playing tricks on you. The lack of sleep was definitely getting to you. Yeah. Maybe we should pay Pops a visit sometime. Been a while since we left him back at the orphanage. And orphan bingo card. You're right. Kind of wonder how he's doing these days, or if he misses us at all. He didn't say much the day we left. The old codger should be fine. You know how he is. He chuckled. Pops was what you used to call the old caretaker at the orphanage you both came from. The two of you go silent, as there's a long conversation. The silence of the night fills the room as you lay with your eyes open. You start to ponder if you're ever going to get back to sleep when Carl speaks up again. Now that I think about it, the reason I'm losing sleep is also about home. Wait, you're having nightmares too? Nothing as intense as yours, but it's keeping me up for a while. Got me thinking about how he ended up here, and how he got here. Pops told me that my parents died in a car crash. I was too young to know what was going on. I still have dreams about that day, that huge-ass truck from the side window. I'm sorry, Carl. I didn't... Yeah, truck drivers suck. Not the ones that do logistics, but the ones that, I got this big Ram pickup truck, and I'm gonna merge without even looking or signaling. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, it's tough. We just have to face it and move on, as they say. Silence takes over once again, as your mind wanders. Thinking on it further, you weren't sure about your future as much as your past. Well, Pop said he found me crying on the front porch one night. There's no sign of my parents, or whatever left me there. He tried to ask around for a while, but eventually he gave up. I see. Hey, maybe one day you can finally meet someone again, or meet them again. Who knows? Maybe. Yeah. You looked through the window. It was still dark outside. You decided to hop off out of your bed and put on your strolling shoes. Going somewhere? Uh-huh. I think I'm gonna head out for a walk. You coming? Yeah, nah. Unlike you, I have class at 7 tomorrow. I'm going back to sleep. Alright, good night, Carl. Yeah. Oh, right. Dave? Huh? Take it easy, okay? Things are gonna get tougher next term. Better make the most of your vacation. Yeah, thanks, Carl. See you tomorrow. You could hear your friend flipping off the light as you close the apartment door and head down the streets. It's kind of weird. Over the past couple of nights where I have been having wicked insomnia, I have been having that feeling where it's like, I don't know, maybe I should go on a walk. You know? In the middle of the night. In the, not really neighborhood, but it's just one of those things where it's like, well, I can't sleep. But it's kind of like, well, if I go up and walk, I'm not going to be sleeping then. I don't know. You step outside your apartment, throwing the top of your hoodie over your head. The weather wasn't particularly cold, but it never hurt to have it on. Your legs immediately take you in the direction of a small park, not far from the residential district. You long to discard those thoughts about the nightmare now that you're outside. They always faded rather quickly when you left for classes either way. Your eyes glazed over as you went into autopilot, turning to a running trail and followed it through, now surrounded by more comforting darkness dimly lit by streetlights. As the last traces of the nightmare faded, your mind turned back to the conversation you had with Carl, and the odd voice that whispered into your ear. Go back? Go back to where, though? The furthest back you can think of to remember were the days at the orphanage. That was the closest thing you had to a home. Maybe I should go back home. Maybe these dreams have been a sign. Carl's right. Things will only get harder from here on out. No point in buckling just yet. We've got next month off too. Maybe we should take the bus back and see how the old man's holding up. And break from all this. Huh? You rubbed your eyes. Your sight seemed to be getting darker. Maybe sleep is already trying to overtake you. With a sigh, you decided to turn back. Oh well. You headed along the path you took back to the main street, but as you went further, everything seemed to get even darker. What on earth? Don't tell me my eyes are going bad too. Staring directly at the lampposts that offered you light didn't help. You had to squint to see the specks of yellow light. Probably shouldn't have stayed up all night. Not that the nightmares helped. You sighed as a wry smile crossed your lips. On those sleepless nights, aside from catching up on assignments, you had often found yourself mindlessly browsing those furry forums, role-playing or otherwise. Now are we talking about role-playing like Dungeons and Dragons or role-playing? Ooh. It had been a small comfort to you in the past years, something you and Carl used to bond over. Gives you, sweaty latex hugs. The diverse characters and the range of products made from all sorts of craftsmen, from artworks to animations to stories and figurines. You collect quite a few, as memorabilia, now tucked away in the drawer. Your smile faltered as reality came seeping back. It was something you used to bond over, before you both moved to... Talk? Okay. I think I bumped my mic and it was something like, bah. Maybe it might be time to get a new mic sometime. I got myself some new headphones, but the problem was they are like, what are they called? Bluetooth, and that doesn't work well with OBS for some reason. Let me reset this. Because apparently FaceRig was the thing. Ever since things began to get harder with your higher education, Carl began to distance himself from the hobby. He already sold off any piece of his collection that you hadn't the heart to accept from him. He still enjoyed the medium with you, just not as much as the heyday of your friendship. There we go. And then, sorry, I'm multitasking. It never created a rift between you, but without him there, it... Reset base. It had felt isolating again, despite the many other people you had interacted with online. For the moment, you could only feel anger festering from within. How could you become a normie? Your throat felt parched from frustration as you screamed from the top of your lungs. And yet, the cry you expected was not there. Somehow, you could not hear yourself breathe either. You stopped yourself while frantically looking around. Did you get lost in thoughts that you wandered too far? The air was pitch black, the night sound drowned out by the deafening silence, no light from the stars or city skyline. The ground beneath you began to turn as you felt your feet pulled from underneath you. You couldn't even hear yourself scream as you fell weightlessly into the ground. You braced for impact. Nothing. You strained your eyes, trying to make sense of anything. You seemed to be falling in place, just like how it was in those many nightmares. You attempted to scream louder as panic set in, only amounting to hollow squeaks as your arms flailed desperately in search of something to latch onto. Your wrists began to burn in the same place as the creature had grabbed you once before. You couldn't see what it was, but it definitely felt all the same. This disguise. You won't fool others any longer. First came the pinpricks, sharp jabs into your skin, as if something was extracted from it. The sensation expanded along your hand, palm caked in dried skin and nails seemingly pulled out of your fingers. You desperately clawed at whatever was happening to you, scratching at the flayed strands of hair on your arm as it extended outwards. You only stop when you feel a sharp claw dig into your arm. You recoiled in fear before quickly realizing it was your own hand clawing at you. Your other arm began to alter as well. Your shoes began to feel unbearably tight as your feet seemed to bloat and expand, your bones cracking and breaking, masked beneath the further stabbing extrusion from your skin filling in. Your struggling ends with you curling into yourself, legs pressed inward, arms wrapped around you as the burning sensation bursts forth from your torso, an agonizing pain as your heart beats erratically. A burning sensation in your loins, uwu, caused your eyes to snap open as your hips and uwu twisted and contorted into new forms before returning into your body. Okay, that was a thing. Usually it's not like, and your woo starts wooing. You dig your claws into your sides, biting your lips as unimaginable pain washed over your back, rapidly climbing along up your spines up into your neck. That's a weird sentence. At least you found your voice. You heard your screams of agony as you felt your skull crushed and stretched into painful shapes. Your scalp itches as the skin is stretched upward like soft flesh horns. The suffering felt unending. Eventually, a terrifying jolt shot through your spine up towards your lower back, where bones and tissues seemed to poke outward. Good, good. A worthy vessel. Now, come to me, child. You shall be my champion. The voice barely registered through the pain as a rush of air plunged you further into the abyss. You didn't care what it was or where it was taking you. You were sure that it would be your death, your head deformed and your body trembling in shock. Come to me. Come to me. There was a crack in the darkness. A different voice whispered into your ears this time. Crack, crack, crack. Nice Krispies. Or snap, crackle, pop. Anyways, the rift began to break amid the void as a heavenly light pierced through through the abyss, iris. This blinding radiance left you dazed, and you felt something pulling you towards it. Guided by the echoing call of this new voice, you mustered what little left of your strength you had to reach for it. As light overtook your vision and a loud crackle filled your ears, for the first time in forever, you felt something other than pain. You felt the weight seemingly lifted as a warm breeze enveloped your form. You felt free. You must be in heaven now, though everything felt heavy again as the blinding light dwindled. Ugh. You felt like crap, chest heaving and brain fried from everything that just happened. You were lying against solid ground. The faint shade of green at the corner of your eyes reminds you of the forest park you were in, but something felt different. It was still too hard to see anything under the blurry lights simmering in the distance. They still got pants on. Oh, thank goodness, I managed to find you. A brown, elongated blur enters your field of vision. You can barely make out the shape of the person standing above you. After squinting for a moment, you can make out the shape of a woman, a bunny woman, like those drawings you had seen, but this one actually has clothes on. You weakly reach your hand out to her. She takes it into her warm, furry ones. You hissed, the slightest contact reigniting your wounds. Are you real? You barely muttered, with what strength you had left. If this really was heaven, then she must be an angel sent from the world beyond to guide your soul through. As real as it can get, dear. She cooed, easing her hand back down by your reaction. That's so cool. When do we yiff? You can only think those words when your vision darkened entirely, head slamming against the ground. You spring up out of bed, looking around before breathing a sigh of relief. That was one hell of a bad dream, but the darkness was finally gone, and morning has arrived. You finally made it through. You haphazardly tossed the covers off and hopped out of bed, ready to tackle the day ahead, only to feel your legs twisting as you fell back against the pillow. Ow! My head. Have I been boozing again? You didn't feel it at first, but your legs were still rather sore, and your head was spinning from vertigo. Oh, so good to see you awake. You have made me dreadfully You turned to see who the feminine voice had belonged to. It wasn't common for girls to show up in your apartment. Now, Take it easy there, dear. You had a rather nasty fall. What? It was a good thing it happened by you in the forest. You stare in awe at what was before you now. It was the same bunny woman that you had seen in the dream before. You shook your head in disbelief. You must be dreaming still. And if that were the case, you must have had a lucid dream. You must have been lucid dreaming all along. Looking down at yourself, you notice your hands were also pads now. Not quite what you imagined your persona having, but anything goes in dreams. Embrace the bunny lady? Can't possibly pass up this opportunity. Embrace. Confident one. Almost instinctively, you reached out and wrapped your arms around the bunny woman, who didn't seem to mind the sudden embrace that much. Overtaken by excitement, you rubbed your face against her fur. The sensation felt surreal. You didn't want it to end. I'm so happy to see you. You have no idea how long I've waited for this. For my wet-a-woo to come true. As she gave you a smile, you couldn't help but blurt out those thoughts. You know who I am? Your voice was shocked and incredulous. You immediately fell back on your own, startled by her reaction. Huh? That wasn't quite what you expected. But if she reacted that way, then... So it wasn't a dream. That's how I look? Huh. The existential dread started to sink in as you realized that all the darkness you witnessed and all the horrifying pain you endured were real, as well as the new additions to your anatomy here. You stared at your hands as your fur stood at end, and you realized that you now instead had clawed paws for hands. You were still convinced you were just seeing things, until after you moved them around a bit, and then you checked your junk. The woman before you quickly reached for your paw pads, gripping them tightly. What happened to me? Where am I? Who are you? You yelped. Your head was starting to spin again, as the flood of information rendered you nauseous. It's okay. You'll come to no harm here. What's going on? What did you do to me? Help! Somebody! I've been kidnapped! Or what was that one thing from, was it Rockle Doodle Doo? Jesus! Or, Christmas! Or, crackers! I'm a furry! Okay, I think I calmed down now. So, is that how things are? That's certainly a peculiar set of circumstances. Yeah, I don't know where I am, how I got here, or how I became like this. You motioned to your new body. This must be quite a lot for you to take in, to have your body altered so drastically. That must feel rather unfamiliar. You tested moving your limbs. It's definitely different from your human body, but there were still enough similarities to at least get a grasp on. Actually, it's not all that different from what I used to be. I could get used to this. You jumped a bit at the jarring feeling in your fluffy tail, pattering and brushing against your back. Well, mostly. The bunny woman gave you a concerned look as she handed you a bowl of water. Well, dear, if you have nowhere else to go, you may stay here with me, at least until we could find you a way to get you back at your home. She gave you a sincere smile. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know what else to do at this point. You took a sip of the water, catching a glimpse of your reflection in it. What is it? Sorry, how should I address you? Just ma'am should be fine. Understood. Well, not to be ungrateful, ma'am, but who are you? Oh, I haven't introduced myself. I'm called Alisa. I live in these woods. Alisa? Huh. Well, thank you for saving me. There's no need to thank me. It was only fortune that placed you in my path, Dee. Oh, what would your name be? Oh, it's Dave, ma'am. She started with D. Dave, your parents chose it well. You caught yourself before you overshare what it was the name you were given at the orphanage. Like last name? I believe that's enough talking for now. I've just prepared breakfast. You can come help yourself in the kitchen once you've regained your footing. I'll keep the food warm for you. Alright. Thank you, Alisa. You took a long stare at the bowl of water once more, a more concentrated review of your new features. You turned your head this way and that, with reflection mirroring every move. You noticed your ears twitching along as you looked with your muzzle from every angle. Somehow, you had a strange feeling, a sudden urge to inspect your new self, as if a different voice was whispering the instruction to you. You can press S on the keyboard to bring up close stat screen, or if you have mobile, some stats will only be revealed when you unlock certain parts or choices throughout the game. Okay. Strength and... wow, we have absolutely nothing. Though there's like HP and attack damage? So, is this like... husband? No, not yet. Is this like... what is it called? Tavern of Spear or something? ... Yeah, that's definitely me there. No doubt about it. Dumb and weak. You spent the next while exploring yourself, touching the ears with your head, weighing your tail, examining your hands and hind paws, and a quick inspection inside your pants quickly revealed even that had changed along with the rest of you. Score! I mean, I guess there's no use trying to deny it. I'm a furry now, and I'm nowhere near the apartment or the campus. Hungry. Man, I'm hungry. Alisa said I've been out for 2 days now. Might as well get something to eat. I won't be able to do much on an empty stomach. You came. Nice place. I was beginning to worry you wouldn't come out and eat. You can wash your hands here. Alisa stepped aside from the sink as he approached to wash. Once finished, you turned to the stove to see the bunny had served you a modest plate of food. You thanked her politely, taking the plate to eat at the dining table in the room. I can read. There was a bowl of some sort of soup or stew with an earthy color that reminds you of gravy. The smell was surprisingly light and pleasant, much like the taste. You breathed a sigh of relief. This was just the kind of food you could stomach with in your current state. You ate in silence as Alisa continued to wash the dishes in the sink, as she had been doing when you walked into the kitchen. The whole environment was different from where you used to. The loud chaos of the early morning traffic right outside your window, and the hectic sounds of the neighbors slamming doors and stomping around the apartment complex. It do be like that. It was nice to have a meal with birdsong that wasn't from a speaker, and eating a home-cooked meal with actual ingredients, as opposed to fast food and instant meals you and Carl had to endure. That aside, the house didn't seem anything unusual. The kitchen was well furnished and well stocked. If you had to make a guess, you would have said you were in someone's little getaway villa in the countryside. Your mind went back to the thought of you being kidnapped from the park again. I mean, hey, being kidnapped, turned into a furry and brought to a nice country villa seems pretty nice. Though, seeing how awkwardly your paw was holding the spoon, and how you almost smeared the soup into your muzzle twice, remind you that things hadn't been so simple. You can have as much as you want. Don't push yourself to finish. And don't worry about leftovers either. You felt a calming sensation as you noticed Alisa giving you an affectionate pet on your head. Yes, ma'am. Are you feeling now that you've eaten? I feel slightly better, but I think I just want to go back to sleep. I see. You must be still exhausted after that ordeal. Feel free to lay back down. She took a plate back to the sink as you made your way back to the room you woke up in. This is just wild. You shook your head, still in disbelief, laying back down under the downy quilts. It's quite a wild dream, but I think I'm ready to wake up now. It was definitely nicer than what I've been dreaming of. Maybe things are finally looking up. I hope I can remember what happened when I wake up in the morning. Carl probably wouldn't believe any of it otherwise. It's dark out. You can even hear the crickets chirping. This is all real, isn't it? You sat up in the bed, pressing your back into the headboard, lightly jostling the large crystal on the heavy base. The crystal erupted into a dim, incandescent light, like the desk lamp that your roommate had in his nightstand. The memory of a small pile of books on his bed crosses your mind as your hand idly brushes over the pocket, seeing the lumpy and rectangular outlines press against your pants. Wait, I still have this with me? Your fingertips dipped into your pocket, pulling out your phone case and lanyard, where your apartment keys and keychains hung from. I still have my phone, and it still works. You're surprised the screen wasn't the least bit scratched or cracked after your deal you had gone through. Battery's not for long, though. Yeah, after 2 days, no shit. And no signal. Though I'm not sure. I know if it tries to reach for a signal, it drains quickly, but I think if there's no signal whatsoever, it doesn't really drain that much. Notification? It's from Carl. I'll meet you at the mess. Sounds good. Should I take in the extra steel? The more the merrier. Those are old messages. Dude, you okay? You were in bed this morning. Where are you? Guess you took your vacay early. Take care, man. HMU whenever you want to talk again. How long was I out? Could I even... Nope, messages won't send. I guess the phone only got these before I fell into that pit. Might as well turn it off. Save the battery for some emergency. With the blue light of the phone gone, you lift back into the orange glow of the crystal lantern above you. Press I to open the inventory screen. Miscellaneous. Just a cosmetic for now, but it does reflect items you've obtained. ... What a weird game. I wonder if everything will be alright back home. I wonder if I'll be alright. I wonder if... I need to think about my classes. What is Lifeline? I can't get any signal out of here in the forest. It's probably far from any cell tower I could contact. Maybe there's a town or city nearby that does. I wonder if my cell carrier even exists out here. Or any carriers for that matter. But that won't happen if my battery dies before then. The house seems to have some electricity for the lights, but I don't recall seeing any outlets or charges around this place. Maybe I should ask Alisa about it. If I can remember to, that is. I hope Carl hasn't done anything rash, like calling the police after I disappeared or something. Well, he did think I went on vacation early. Maybe not. Not that I could do anything about it. Well, I'm stuck here either way. Since he thinks I'm already on vacation, maybe that'll buy me some time. I left a lot of coursework still unfinished on my computer, and my absence is definitely going to put a dent in my already bad grades. Well, I guess it's not like they can really blame me if I've been sucked into some furry world. That is, if it can even get back somehow. Sigh. Too late to be overthinking things now. Well, it won't do me any good worrying about things beyond my control. Sigh. Who knows? I might actually get a good night's sleep finally. I didn't see that thing back then. Maybe the apartment was just cursed. Housekeeping. Dave? Are you alright in there, my dear? You haven't come out all day. What? Huh? You ever slept? Ow! What time is it? It's a little half past sunrise. You've been asleep the whole day. Half past sunrise. Huh? I guess I really need the sleep. I couldn't sleep well the past month, but half past sunrise. What, like 7 o'clock? 8 o'clock? Let's just say it's winter. That would be like, what, 9 o'clock? 10? 10 o'clock might be pushing it. I'm glad to hear at least. Was it difficult to sleep where you're from? Not particularly. I was having a repeat nightmare every night. Might put the music down just a smidge. It was a cloaked figure thing that kept chasing after me. A cloaked figure, was it? Yeah. Do you know something about it, ma'am? She shook her head dismissively, the concerned look replaced by the usual warm smile on her face. I've always had dreams. I've always heard dreams had some hidden meaning. I never believed that much either, however. I'm glad that you're okay. I'd begun to fear the worst when you hadn't stirred since you went to bed midday. I'm sorry to have worried you, Alisa. Worry not, Dave. It's of no consequence now. Come now, join me for breakfast? Gladly, ma'am. Got hiccups. After washing your hands, Alicia hands you a plate, join shortly at the dinner table. Alisa helped herself to her breakfast. You look down at your plate. You can see that she's prepared a different meal for you this time around. On the plate, there are 2 slices of toast, with slices of fried meat and egg on top. Man, egg? She must be rich. It actually quite reminds you of breaded eggs with bacon that you've seen before. Smells delicious. You didn't hesitate to dig in right away. This was perhaps the best breakfast you've had in quite a while. That, and how you've slept for an entire day, was probably why the dish tastes so good. You gave a satisfied sigh after going through the meal quite voraciously. I see you have quite an appetite. You couldn't help feeling embarrassed as Alisa chuckled. She's been eyeing you this whole time. That's good. It means you're in better shape than the other day. Well, your cooking is really good too. Truth be told, I've been getting by on far worse meals, so having something good is unheard of. Oh, you flatter me, Dave. These are just home recipes I make once in a while. I see. Either way, thank you for the food, ma'am. You're welcome. Have as much as you like. In fact, I was wondering if you'd be willing to do a favor for me. A favor? Sure. What is it? I've used less of my herbs to make dinner last night. I had hoped you might be willing to assist me in gathering more. It would be for your sake as well. Yeah, I should probably help. You've been so kind to me, and I haven't really done much to repay you. They raised you to be a responsible young man, I see. Alisa shook her head, the airy laughter escaping her. However, I meant for your well-being. It can't be healthy being cooped up indoors for days, like I am on the weekends. Haha. I had hoped you could join me and get some fresh air along the way. She's right. I have been here for days now, and I've done nothing more than eat and sleep. Yeah, I think it would really help me clear my head. Lovely. Once we finish eating and doing the dishes, we'll head out immediately. Okay. Meow, meow. We'll be picking a few herbs and wild berries and roots. Do you have spices where you're from? Yeah, all sorts actually. But I'm not too familiar with them. We didn't cook much back in our apartment. You shared a home with someone? A partner perhaps? She nodded lightly, a sly smile beneath her squinted eyes. No, nothing like that. We just shared a room in the same apartment. Meanwhile, while it made you embarrassed, it felt nice to have someone broach the topic like a parent would. I hope he wasn't too worried since I came here. You were brought here against your will. There must have been an opportunity to warn him. Or there mustn't have. Though I suppose there isn't a right way to describe how you came to be here either. You're right. He stayed close to Alisa, as she deftly walked the dirt paths, weaving through the surrounding forest. You kept your wits about you, scanning through the canopies of treetops, hoping to see some sign of civilization nearby. She said you were in the middle of the woods, but just how far from civilization did that put her? Do you get all your food from foraging, ma'am? Only herbs and spices. Most things I do grow myself. Do you get this all from the forest? There are no stores or towns for you to go to? There's a city across the mountain range from here. It's half a day's travel by carriage. Carriage? Not car? I guess I'd be even longer on foot, or it'd be. And more dangerous. There are many hostile animals out here. Right. Hearing that made you a little uneasy, though you couldn't help feeling curious. If it's a furry world you're in, then what would pharaohs actually look like? Here we are. This is my favorite foraging spot. You can usually find most of what we need right in this clearing. Alisa set down the wicker basket by her feet, signaling for you to also put down the wooden pail nearby. Basket adds inventory. Alright, there are 4 things we need to find here. We should make a short work if we each take half the work. We'll need some flower petals, some berries, fibrous roots, and wild herbs. Which one should we get? I guess start at the top? This guides you towards a small pile of rocks. You could see quite a few flowers blooming in between the cracks, the petals drooping around the edges. Ah, these are called morifolds, usually grown in rocky spots such as these. The petals are ribbed and heavier around the edges, since this is where the nectar collects. Whoa, and you use these in your cooking? Of course. The petals give brewed tea a sweet and very soothing fragrance. Now, help me move these rocks aside, dear. You lifted the rocks as Alisa instructed, holding the heavier ones up, while the bunny lady gathered the flowers from the roots. The rocks were only a little bigger than the petals, but your arms are already feeling somewhat sore holding them around. There, that should be enough. I hope you're not too tired out yet. Only a bit. I'll be alright. There's plenty of room. And +1, huh? There's still plenty of room left in the basket. Let's continue. Berries? With more shaded side of the clearing, you see many dangling plants with gaping maws reminiscent of Venus flytraps. A large bulbous fruit hangs from its mouth. These are your chirus maws. It uses its nectar gland to attract insects to trap in small. They're harmless to us, however, they're still crafty little plants. They'll hide their glands if they sense their prey might be too big. Alisa demonstrated by poking at one of the bulb that is quickly deflated, leaving a fibrous hose as it snapped its petals close. The only way to harvest these is to be quicker than them. She deftly nipped the glands from the stem just before the petals could retract. Well, you were still in awe, trying to process what just happened, while the bunny lady held the fruity glands in her hand like a water balloon. It takes time and practice to what I did, but please, give it a try. Okay. You spend the next while trying to gather the hidden berries, the way she did. Most of your attempts failed, but at least you can move your arms a little faster. Maybe if you do that more subtly, then the plant wouldn't be alerted from miles away. Agility 1. Oh, that first one was endurance. Okay. Phew. I believe this will do for now. Huh? Will this be enough, ma'am? There's still 2 more. Huh? You stood up and stretched for a bit when you realized the sun had already started to set behind the tree line. You've been so engrossed in helping Alisa, they didn't notice how much time's gone by. Yes, but it's getting late. Nocturnal predators are sure to leave their dens. We should make haste back. Yes, ma'am. Phew, it's good to be back. Indeed it is. You worked hard, Dave. I'll take care of these. Why don't you go take a bath? Your clothes are all dirty. Oh no, I wouldn't feel right if I do it first. It's your home. You should... I won't hear another word. Go on, I'll bring you a change of clothes in a moment. She took you by the paw and pulled you firmly towards the bathroom. Really? You shouldn't trouble yourself, ma'am. I can just wear the same... Absolutely not. You've been wearing those clothes for days. They should be filthy and absolutely chafing. Now, off with them, or I'll undress and bathe you myself. Hoo-hoo? She took a threatening step towards you, and almost immediately, you took off your somewhat tattered hoodies in compliance. Good. Supper should be ready once you're done. And don't forget to scrub behind your ears. That's up. Once Alisa closed the door behind her as well, the silence snapped you back into reality. Wow, that actually happened. Man, it's true what they say. You really can't get used to anything. Stripping down to your bare foe, you run the water, setting in and relaxing. It was nice today. Getting out after what happened really helped me get my mind off things. Still, I guess I should just adapt. No use worrying about what's happened back at home while I'm stuck here. I just need to stay alive for now. This is my life now. Thank you for the food. Alisa, this has been good. You've definitely deserved it after helping me restock. A burden halved. Ah, and on the topic of half tasks. It's not imposing on you. It's not imposing on you further. If I ask your assistance again tomorrow? Not at all. It's nice to break out of the routine I had before. And besides, I still owe you for taking me in like this. Something the matter, Lisa? Ah, no, nothing at all, dear. I'm just admiring how well those clothes suit you. Ah, Miss Alisa. I said you didn't have to go through it that much trouble for me. I would have been fine with just my own clothes. It's really no bother, Dave. Those clothes I haven't seen much use either way, merely collecting dust in the armoire? So these aren't your clothes? Oh, goodness me, no. Those belonged to my son when he was about your age. He's long outgrown them, and is off on his own now. I'm not even sure why I keep them around. Memories, I suppose? Alright. So, do you miss him? I do, but the mother has to live with that. Their child leaving the nest someday. Oh, look at me, old crone, getting sentimental over clothes. She left bountifully, but somehow something felt amiss. Maybe it's just the exhaustion in her voice. The rest of the dinner went on silent until you both had finished. We ought to go to bed now. We've got a full day of activities to do tomorrow as well. That's right, I'll help. Thank you, Dave. We'll be expecting company tomorrow. Oh, someone else that lives in these woods too? Not at all. He's an old acquaintance from the city. He visits me every so often. Alisa doesn't elaborate much more on the topic. When you move to ask, a yawn catches you mid-question. Go to bed, dear. I'll handle the dishes. Oh, leave this to me. I wash and put away the dishes while you bathe. I suppose it can't be helped. I simply can't say no to such an eager young man. And virile. Sorry, I had to put that in there. It does make me feel young again. Tee-hee. She teases you, ruffling your hair, as she makes her way down to the hall towards the bathroom. Alright, time to do these dishes. Dishes are no match for me. After finishing with your task, you made your way back to the room you slept in. It was still quite jarring, but perhaps you could call this your room now. The rest of the evening was a blur. You can't remember whether you went to bed normally or just collapsed on top and fell asleep right away. Now, I know it's a bit early, but I guess we might call it, because I kind of have, ain't doing my time well today, but we're trying our best. So that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So comment, because I like comments, tell me to like, dislike, tips, as always. If you like my YouTube and likes it grown, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos epic grown. Please remember to spend your ammo to control the pet population. I'm looking through this thing. There's like a white wolf with the scar, a lynx who looks like they're from a lab doctor, a bear with suspenders, a dragon that looks very anime, some shark guy that looks like a dude bro kind of thing at the beach. And yeah, if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $3 a month, maybe? It says for the full game, but, you know. So, anyways, but that's not going to be the end of this thing. Sorry, brain's all over the place. We're going to have to see what we're going to be doing next week. Oh, and if you want me to do this as a Let's Play, then tell me, and I'll give it a point. We'll put it up higher on the user choice list. And if you want me to quick look any other game, then tell me, And I'll mainline it as much as possible-ish. Random number generator of destiny, tell me what we're doing next week. Number 4. Which is number 2. Oh, it's that game. Which is kind of funny because, like, I've done 2 things of it already, but it's like, oh, there's a visual novel aspect to it? Okay. Though I'm not sure how this works. Let's see. Oh, I guess somehow... Oh, right, because I was doing that one thing about it. In Heat, Lustful Nights. Because, you know, while there's that one thing where you get these guys to wrestle with, robots, and also you do that Five Nights at Freddy's thing, there is also the dating aspect of it. And man, that's a lot of VSync tearing or something like that. Yeah, if you want me to play this game, then all that stuff too. And where is this? Didn't I have Firefox open? I guess I closed it. Let me just look at that. In Heat, I think that's like $15 for the whole thing. Let me just look at the thing. Though I think that wouldn't let me in because I might not be signed in. Let's see. Yeah, it's $15 for it, but they do have a demo. Hyena. I'm not sure if it's 100% finished, though. Yeah. Anyways, until next time, another quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, some of the game. That being a game I've already done 2 visual novels for. I mean, quick looks of. Because there's, 2 entire aspects of the game. And ladies. So thanks and see ya.